Some people aren't broken. They're just waiting for the moment they finally believe they're allowed to stand tall. Self-confidence isn't about being fearless. It's about moving forward while your hands are still shaking. This is the story of a boy whose silence was mistaken for weakness, until one quiet decision changed the way he saw himself forever. Stay with me, because somewhere in this story, you might recognize your own reflection. In a forgotten corner of a dusty village, where mornings smelled of grain and sun-warmed earth, lived a young boy named Ayaan. Ayaan wasn't lazy, he wasn't foolish, he wasn't incapable. He was gentle, he was thoughtful, and painfully quiet. Ayaan worked in a small general store owned by his uncle, Rashid, a man whose voice filled rooms even when his heart did not. From sunrise to sunset, Ayaan cleaned shelves, weighed flour, packed rice, and handed change with careful fingers and lowered eyes. He spoke only when spoken to, and sometimes not even then. People whispered, "Strange boy, too slow, something's wrong with him." Uncle Rashid grew tired of the silence. "Speak louder," he would snap. "You're not invisible, or are you?" But Ayaan wasn't silent because he lacked words. He was silent because he feared choosing the wrong ones. Years passed like that. Quiet days, cautious steps, a life lived on pause. Then one morning, Uncle Rashid announced he would be away for 3 days. "You'll manage the shop," he said sharply. "Don't embarrass me." Ayaan nodded. His heart did not. The first day unraveled quickly. A man demanded kerosene. Ayaan measured it wrong. Anger erupted. Another customer returned a damaged tin. Ayaan froze, trapped inside his own thoughts. By afternoon, rumors spread like smoke. Is Ayaan in charge? May God protect the shop. And by sunset, a smooth-talking stranger convinced Ayaan to hand over 5 full sacks of rice without payment. When Uncle Rashid returned and saw the empty space on the floor, his fury burned hot. "I trusted you. You ruin everything. You always have." Those words landed heavier than any slap. That night, Ayaan walked alone to the old village well, where time itself seemed tired. He sat there, staring into the darkness below, whispering the thought he had carried his whole life. "Maybe I really am useless." A calm voice broke the silence. "Or maybe," it said gently, "you've just never been taught how to believe in yourself." It was Hakim Sahab, the village elder, a man whose wrinkles carried more wisdom than most carried years. Ayaan's voice cracked. "I try, but I fail. I speak and everything goes wrong. I'm not like others." Hakim Sahab sat beside him. "Confidence," he said, "is not the absence of fear. It's the decision to act, even when fear is sitting beside you." Ayaan listened. "If you truly want to change," Hakim Sahab continued, "come to me tomorrow. I won't give you advice. I'll give you practice." The next morning, Ayaan stood in the marketplace, heart pounding. "Ask 5 people what they sell," Hakim Sahab had instructed, "and listen." The first person ignored him. The second laughed, but the third smiled. "I sell mangoes," the man said warmly. "What made you ask?" They spoke for 10 minutes. That day, Ayaan spoke to 6 strangers, and for the first time, his fear did not win. On the second day, Hakim Sahab gave him another task. "Stand near the school, help the children cross, say something kind." Ayaan swallowed his fear and tried. "Be careful." "Well done. Have a good day." Small words, but each one straightened his back a little more. On the third day, Hakim Sahab said quietly, "Now face the place where you feel smallest." Ayaan returned to the shop. He stood before his uncle, not trembling this time. "I made mistakes," he said clearly, "but I can learn. Teach me properly, and I won't waste the chance again." Silence. Then Uncle Rashid exhaled. "All right," he said, "let's start again." Weeks turned into months. Ayaan learned to speak calmly, to ask questions, to say no when needed. Customers noticed. "Is this the same boy? He's different." One day, a man asked him, "You run this place well. Are you the owner?" Ayaan smiled, not loudly, not proudly. "Not yet," he said, "but I'm learning." Because confidence isn't something you're born holding, it's something you build, word by word, step by step, mistake by mistake. You don't need to be the loudest, or the smartest, or the strongest. You only need to believe this: I can learn, I can try, I can grow. That belief, that quiet inner voice, is the true power of self-confidence. And if stories like this remind you of who you're becoming, you'll find many more reflections waiting for you at Pocket Philosophy, a place where stories that don't just motivate, they stay with you. Until next time, stay patient, stay brave, and never stop believing in the person you are slowly becoming. Thank you.